guys, welcome back to the farm. My name's Matt if you're just joining us. I'm out here on my 30-acre piece of property that I'm working on turning into a farm. I'm usually out here moving dirt or building my driveway, working on my buildings, or 92 million other projects I've got going on around here. But it's a sunny, really wet day today. So we won't be moving any dirt, but I got a big pile of brush to burn. If you've watched the other video of me building my farm driveway, the link's going to be right up here. But if you watched that video, you saw me clear out roughly 900 to 1,000 feet of trees and brush and everything else. And basically I was in a hurry, so I just made brush piles as I went. And this is the very first one that I want to get burned up because there's actually a tractor buried behind this one. If you can see, that's right there, that's the loader arm sticking up in the air. So I'd like to get that off of the tractor as soon as possible. It's not a good tractor, but you know, good for parts. And I want to get the loader off of it and put it on another tractor. Anywho, let's get started burning this brush. Now this stuff's been sitting for 6 to 8 months, and it's definitely not really dry yet, especially because it just rained all last night. But that means it's a good day to burn because nothing else is going to catch on fire. All right, now being raised out here in rural America, I guess a lot more so than a lot of people, it kind of boggles my mind when people say, well, yeah, how do you start such a big brush fire or something like that? I don't know, it's just kind of, not to be insulting, it's just something that I grew up with, so I don't really think about the process. It's just kind of like second nature. But anyway, so you got this massive pile of brush that's 5-6 foot tall and probably 20 foot across or better. A, it's sitting up against the tractor, so obviously I can't set it on fire right there. But B, even if you had nothing around it and a good space cleared out for it, a lot of people try to light the whole pile. And you can do that if it's really dry or it's dead wood. But the thing about if it's really dry, that means everything else around it's probably dry and kind of out here in the woods, and we don't need any more forest fires. So just remember what Smokey Bear says, only you. So what we'll do is we'll start breaking this stuff down into little teeny pieces and build a regular sized campfire over here, and just keep slowly bringing stuff to it until we can finally get a big enough fire going. We'll get the skid loader and just grab big bunches of it with the grapple bucket and just load it right onto the fire. Once it's so hot, it doesn't matter if that wood's soaking wet, the stumps with dirt in it and everything else, it'll all burn. So let's get that rolling. So there's our little bitty fire before we light it. You know, you just start down low with all the little teeny twig-like branches. You break them up real nice, kind of pack them pretty loose. Pack them pretty loose down low. And you know, you just start adding your a little bit bigger as you go. And you know, maybe stop with about as big around as your wrist before you go ahead and light that thing. Now it's at this point that I'm obligated to tell you that I'm an Eagle Scout, and it's nothing I like to brag about. But I could light that fire with a flint and stone, no matches, no lighter, no nothing. But I'm smarter than that. We do this like men. This is how you light a fire. Well, she's lit now. looks like she's gonna stay going for us. And we'll just start peeling off some stuff by hand still. You know, breaking it down, getting it to fit on there nice. And once we get this sucker, you know, pretty well established, we got some good hot coals going underneath there, then we get the skiddy. Also, to expedite the burning process and get this thing really cooking, we can use the old Fire Keeper Goer 5000 here. Now this is still a young fire, so you don't want to shove too much air to it too quick. You'll actually do more harm than good. So we'll just set the old Fire Maintainer 5000 to just your level 1 fire, and just let her sit here and give her a nice gentle gust. All right, well, now that we got her loaded up good and proper like, just gonna let that sit and percolate for a little bit, kind of burn into itself. Then if we need to, we'll throw the old Maintainer 5000 back on it for a little bit. I'll pick up some odds and ends while I'm loafing around waiting for this to burn down, and go evaluate back in the woods line there. There's a couple brush piles that I piled up years ago and never got around to burning, so they're pretty close. Since this is burning good, I might be able to just go over there and grab some handfuls and keep feeding this guy. I should note as well that this is way easier if I would have my excavator and the thumb out here. I can just crunch that stuff up real nice and tight, put it on there, and it wads up and burns really well. But I don't have it here, it's not worth hauling it in for. So we'll keep doing what I'm doing. Here's the first old brush pile I've got stacked up here. It's been sitting here for probably 5 years now, I think. And it's kind of got a nice mossy sheen going on there. I might try to pick some of the better, drier stuff off the top, and the stuff that's probably on this bottom layer, it's probably not worth getting anymore. Probably going to be all soft and rotten and soaking wet, not going to burn. But we can at least knock down some of it. This pile over here is a little bit more recent and definitely looks a lot more burnable. So yeah, without a doubt, I'm gonna come over here and grab a hold of this thing, get a bunch of this, throw it on our fire. Eventually, I'd like to get all of my woods land to look like this over here, kind of cleared out to where you can see everything, and I could get in here and mow it. Phew, buddy, that's a lot of work. I've got brush piles over in that area too, but that's too far to be trucking them. All right, I got some serious fire built up here. That whole big pile, you know, it's got a little bit of dirt on top, but it's pretty much just a big pile of ashes in the center there. So that's all gonna burn down real nice. I'll push it up a little bit better here and stack it in a little bit. In the meantime, I'll go show you guys my piles I got taken care of. I got a lot accomplished, actually. I was surprised. I got that small pile way over there, that's gone. And the bigger pile that was over here, wasn't really a whole lot left to it. It was a lot of dirt. A lot of dirt from the trees rotting and breaking down and everything. And of course it's real soft in here. So this is all tore up and looks like a D11 turned around in it from me scrounging through it and raking and trying to get what was left out of it that would burn. So I'll bring the machine in here real quick and just try to back drag this all a little bit smoother, and then maybe looks like I might be able to get a bucket or two more, a little bit of crap cleaned up here. We'll spread it all out real nice so it doesn't hold water, and do the same thing over here where the other pile was. I've got it knocked down a little bit already. It's just bad wet out here today, so it's really hard to make anything look decent. But we'll give it our best shot. Back drag. I try to back drag everything before I leave here because you never know if it's going to rain again. And if you leave stuff all rutted up where it's going to hold more water, it just makes more mud. So if you can, slick everything off before you leave. It helps a lot. guys, the sun's setting on another day out here at the farm. Didn't shape up to be too bad of a day, even though it was pretty wet. I got a bunch of stuff burnt, so that's something accomplished off the list. And time to go home and drink some bread in a can. Catch you guys later. As always, hit that thumbs up button for me. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.